In the movie, Dorothy just wants to escape her life in Kansas. Today, Dorothy, played by Retiring Today host Molly Nelson, just wants to escape the working world and needs help from her friends. The Lion, played by certified financial fiduciary and certified financial planner Loren Merkle, and the Scarecrow, played by Merkle Retirement Planning Director of Medicare, AnnaMarie Morrow.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Welcome to Retiring Today. Today we're going on a retirement journey with some famous movie characters from a very famous movie. First, I want to talk about the phone number that's on your screen. This is your chance to take the first step on your journey to retirement. No costume needed. All you do is text Journey to the number that's on your screen, and then you'll take your journey to retirement. What you can do is get comfortable. Once you get signed up for our next online Journey to Retirement workshop, you can see all the decisions that lie ahead and, of course, start your own journey to retirement. Today, I'm playing Dorothy, and Dorothy just wants to retire. But in order to retire, she needs to get to the Emerald City, where she will receive her RetireSecure Roadmap, her written plan to retirement. But she can't do it alone. She needs some help from her friends, the Scarecrow and the Lion. And I'm so happy to be on this journey with you guys today because I've never retired before. I can see the Emerald City. I can see it in the distance, and it looks like so much fun, but getting there still feels like it's a really long way away.
It is a really long way away, Dorothy, but we're really happy to be on this retirement journey with you. I mean, after all, you did help me find my courage and the Scarecrow find her brain, and you have been thinking about this day for a very long time, and it is here, and you should be more excited than ever, except for you realize that you have to make decisions about your retirement that you've never had to make before, and therefore can be a lot of scary decisions because oftentimes these decisions that you're making are permanent decisions. So you have to get it right the first time.
And these decisions can feel like obstacles, like the Wicked Witch or flying monkeys. But there are things that you can do right now to smooth your journey to the Emerald City, or rather retirement.
And one of those things you can do is create your custom written retirement plan that we call the RetireSecure Roadmap. In the RetireSecure Roadmap, there's 6 pillars that should be included in your retirement roadmap. So on our journey today through the yellow brick road to the Emerald City, we're gonna have 6 stops, 1 stop for each pillar. And then as we go on the yellow brick road journey, we're gonna create your roadmap and talk a little bit about what should be involved in each one of those pillars at each one of those stops.
Okay, I'm excited. I feel like a lot of skipping is going to be involved. It feels like we're going to be skipping along this yellow brick road.
I hope you guys stretched.
Okay, I'm ready to plan for retirement. Let's get on the yellow brick road.
And we're off! First stop, lifestyle. And what a great place to begin, because this can really set the tone and strategies within your overall retirement plan. And better yet, you can start thinking about a date of when you want to retire.
This is what you've really been dreaming about, and Dorothy, this time I promise, this dream is going to be way different than your past dreaming experiences. There's no tornadoes, there's no flying cows. The dream is all the things you're going to be able to do that you've never had the time, the luxury of time to do before. Now we just have to figure out what that's going to look like for you, how much it's going to cost, and how are you going to be able to afford it. That's what those other 5 pillars of the overall plan are intended to do.
Okay, I've got some ideas of what my lifestyle will look in retirement. Some more travel, I was thinking about maybe an RV, but paying for it. So paying for all of retirement. I mean, my Auntie M, she lived a really long time, and I'm worried or concerned that I'm going to live a long time too, and I want to pay for retirement in 20 or 25 years.
Which is the biggest concern of most pre-retirees. When you retire, how are you going to pay for it? So it sounds like we need to skip to the next stop to talk about the income pillar of the overall plan.
We're off!
So the income pillar of the plan is where you are really concerned right away because you're used to having W-2 income, right? You go to work, you get paid. And that was seemingly easy at the time. However, when you're no longer working, you need to pay yourself from the investments that you have. You do have Social Security, Dorothy, but you also know you have up to 81 options to elect when it comes time from your Social Security. So what a daunting task just to take Social Security. But then you need to weave that Social Security decision in with how are you taking income from your investments. And you have to worry about living now, but you also have to worry about living 20 years from now and paying for all the other things that could come along the way unexpectedly as we go through that journey.
Yeah, because when I think about living 20 years from now, the word inflation comes to mind. Inflation, of course, top of mind for a lot of people. And I think about what it's going to take right now. It's going to take a lot more later in retirement. So is that something that you spell out for people inside the plan?
It certainly has to be addressed. We can't forget about planning for inflation because, as we all know right now, it costs us more to live now than what it did 5 and even 10 years ago. And that's not going to change in the future. Maybe inflation won't grow as fast as what we've seen recently, but it's certainly going to be there, and it's going to be there in a consistent way. So 10 years from now, if you were spending $6,000 a month, that might equate to $9,000 a month 10 years down the road in retirement. So that's a big hurdle you have to overcome. The sooner you start putting that type of planning in your income plan, the better off you're going to be, and the higher probability you're going to be able to produce that $9,000 a month a decade into retirement.
Yeah, and Scarecrow, I know you mentioned something about helping people decide when they can retire, right? So they come in and they know they want to retire, but can they do it at 64, 65, 66? The income plan will kind of show them what year they can retire and how long that money will last.
And the beautiful thing about the income plan within the overall plan is it supports decisions and strategies made in other components. So it does show you and gives you a great idea of what age you can retire at and the lifestyle that you'd like to lead.
Yeah, you want to live the lifestyle you want throughout retirement, not just that beginning part of retirement, that end part of retirement.
Yeah,
too.
and sometimes you don't know what lifestyle you can afford. Dorothy, you have a vision of what you want your lifestyle to look like, but can you afford it? And oftentimes what people find out once you construct this RetireSecure Roadmap for you based on your retirement vision is actually you might be able to afford a little bit more. How much fun would that be to think you could only afford, call it $6,000 a month, but you could afford $7,000 and keep that going with confidence even 20 years down the road.
I mean, you could buy yourself something nice like, I don't know, a pair of ruby slippers.
Trying to get home, are you?
Hey, this journey is just getting started. We've got a lot more skipping to do. We've got a lot more stops to make. So we'll continue our journey to retirement through the eyes of Dorothy next.
The Merkle Retirement Planning Team provides personable and professional expertise unrivaled in this area. They include us in every step of the planning process. The peace of mind provided to us by the Merkle team allows us to fully enjoy this special time of our lives. Instead of feeling snakebit, we feel confident that with the Merkle Retirement Planning Team at our sides, we can navigate any challenge that comes our way.
Merkle Retirement Planning. Your retirement starts here.
Dreaming of retirement but not sure how to get started? You've been searching for answers online, talking to friends, even getting advice from coworkers, but everyone says something different. You need answers for your situation. Schedule a personalized one-on-one conversation with a retirement planner at RetireReadyCall.com. Get answers to your questions on your time from the comfort of your home. Stop dreaming of retirement and take the first step towards retiring with confidence today. Go to RetireReadyCall.com.
Anytime I have even the smallest question about my accounts or what effect the latest tax law might have on my situation, the Merkle Retirement Planning Team is always there and quick to help. I'm so glad they treat you like family. I'm so happy to have such an excellent team working for my future and ensuring I do the best to achieve my financial goals.
Merkle Retirement Planning. Your retirement starts here.
Welcome back to Retiring. Today we're taking a journey to the Emerald City. Dorothy, that's me, she just wants to retire, but to do so, she's got to build a RetireSecure Roadmap. So we've been on the yellow brick road. We've made 2 stops so far. We stopped at lifestyle to dream big about all the things I want to do in retirement. Then we stopped at income to talk about my retirement income plan. And I was thinking about income and I thought about taxes, and I'm thinking, sadly, taxes don't go away in retirement. Friends, can you help me?
Let's start skipping. stopping at taxes, and you're thinking this looks like Washington, and that's because that's where a lot of the new tax rules come into play. And if we know anything about taxes, they can change pretty frequently. But that's what we stay on top of for the families and individuals we work with, so you don't have to think about Washington.
But one of the differences with your tax plan when you're working versus retirement is in retirement, you actually might have more control over your tax bill than when you're working. I mean, when you're working, there's very little you could do to positively impact your tax bill for that year. Maybe make a pre-tax contribution to your 401k plan, but that's it, because later down the road, as that money grows, you have to pay taxes when you take it out. However, when you retire, you have more control over your retirement tax bill, and you need to take that control because your retirement tax bill can be huge. As an example, Dorothy, let's say you have $1 million pre-tax IRA starting at retirement. You just coast through retirement, taking income from that IRA. Over the course of your 25-year projected retirement, your retirement tax bill could add up to be over $500,000.
Toto and I do not like the way that sounds.
When you hear that, you just want to cry.
Toto, it's okay, it's all right.
But when you implement a long-term tax plan, now you can put them up. You got some courage, put them up, put them up, put them up. And you build in the tax plan, and one of the simple strategies you can incorporate in your long-term tax plan can be a Roth conversion.
And a Roth conversion is something we go into in more detail in that online Journey to Retirement workshop. And you're there, and you're there too. But in that Journey to Retirement workshop, you're not dressed as a scarecrow, and you are not dressed as a lion. You are dressed as retirement planners. And this workshop will show people not only how they can save money on taxes, really what this whole RetireSecure Roadmap thing is all about.
It really is. And if you're 57 and older and thinking about retirement, this is a great workshop to participate in. We talk about decisions and lifestyles and strategies to implement within your overall retirement plan, providing you that confidence as you go through retirement.
It's as easy as shooting a text to the phone number on your screen. Just text the word Journey, and we'll let you know when the next workshop is so you can get signed up. Okay, I have an idea now about taxes, but I'm going to talk about Medicare because that is Scarecrow. That's why you have that brand, because you specialize in Medicare. You also play the director of Medicare at Merkle Retirement Planning. That's your day job. And Medicare and taxable income, they do go hand in hand.
And here's some forward thinking as well, because when you turn 65 or elect Medicare for the first time, they do a 2-year look back on what your taxable income was. And that could be the difference between paying over $180 a month or even over $500 a month. So making that a part of your pre-retirement planning is a part of that smooth journey to the Emerald City.
I've got a 401k. I'm Dorothy. I'm getting ready to retire. I've been investing in this 401k for a long time, and now I'm getting a little closer to retirement, and I'm wondering, do I need to be doing anything different with that 401k?
Let's start skipping.
I knew my friends could help. Back on the yellow brick road we go.
And here you'll notice we see some plants, which represents growth. When we hear growth, we think of investments, and that's what we want. But a lot of people wonder what kind of risk they should be taking as they approach retirement.
And that's one of the biggest considerations and differences than when you're working versus when you're approaching or even in retirement. How much risk you're taking really matters. When you're working, remember 2008, you were probably working in 2008. The market was down 50%. Your portfolio might have been down 40, 50, 60%. That was not a lot of fun, but you had time on your side before you retired to allow that account to recover. And guess what? It did. When you're retired and you're taking money out of your portfolio and your portfolio is down 30, 40%, that can have some really disastrous results, especially when it comes to making sure you have enough investments to produce the income for 20 to 30 years in retirement. So evaluate how much risk you're currently taking. Is it appropriate for this phase of your life? Do you need to increase your risk to make sure you can accomplish your long-term goals? Do you need to decrease your risk, or are you in the right spot? Having that information will give you the next steps to create your investment plan Do you need to make some changes over here? Do you need to create some more diversification? Do you need to have an income play to make sure you are guaranteed that income long term? All of these will be answered as you create that investment plan and figure out how much risk you're taking.
And when you talk about risk, I'm thinking about that stock market, and I'm thinking about some of those headlines I see that the stock market's going way up and way down. And as I get closer to retirement, that makes me more nervous.
Yeah, well, a lot of times people will come to talk to us for the first time and they'll bring up 2008 and they'll say, that was scary then, but I had time. I cannot afford to go through that at this point in my life. They do not have the appetite for that. And Dorothy, as you're looking to make that journey to retirement, you're probably thinking very similar thoughts. When you're working, okay. Now when you're retired or close to retirement, it's a whole different ballgame. That has to be considered because you can't control the stock market. We can't control the stock market. Nobody can. It's going to do what it wants to do. You don't want your ability to retire successfully, dependent upon something you can't control. So take control over your portfolio, take control over the plan of your investments, and that will give you a lot more ease as you make this transition, and it'll give you income now and income later.
Yeah, and in the Journey to Retirement workshop, you call that building recession-resistant portfolio.
That's right. When all of these components work together to show different strategies we can implement to give us that confidence and security through retirement, it really gives us that confidence and recession-resistant stance to where when 2008's hit, we have that confidence to carry us through that smooth journey.
Maybe even courage. I was thinking give you the courage to get through this small the journey.
I was thinking about the flying monkeys. Remember when we were on our journey to Oz and the flying monkeys
I remember when they
kidnapped us?
Yes, they
and
did.
they took us to the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah.
We didn't have a lot of confidence, and I was not displaying a lot of courage. But then, Dorothy, you threw the bucket of water.
Yes.
And the Wicked Witch went away.
Yes.
We accomplished our goal of getting that broom to take it back to the wizard.
Okay.
So you could go home.
Yes.
Then we were confident. That's what the RetireSecure Roadmap does for you on your journey. And that's why we're on this journey on the Yellow Brick Road to get to the Emerald City to complete your RetireSecure Roadmap for confidence.
Look at that analogy. He just bravo.
I don't know. Did you guys forget that? How could you forget the flying monkeys? That was probably the scariest
watching
part.
the flying monkeys.
Yeah, that part
That's
is
what
kind
I
of scary.
check out.
Yeah, and you don't want to be scared in retirement. That's the point. That's why you develop a written retirement plan. That's why we've got 2 more stops on the Yellow Brick Road. We'll make those stops next.
We are dreaming of retirement, but we have so many questions.
How can I figure out if I have enough money saved for retirement?
What is the roadmap for growing my investments without taking too much risk?
What steps can I take now to lower my tax bill in retirement?
I'd like to retire before 65, but wonder if I can afford health care. Where can I learn about my options?
Our Journey to Retirement workshop is here for you. Go on an interactive retirement journey through the eyes of a hypothetical couple faced with real retirement. Watch as they build a plan that covers the 6 essential pillars of retirement: lifestyle, income, taxes, investment, healthcare, and legacy. You'll see how our retirement planners help John and Sue make the most of their retirement savings and live out their retirement vision. Sign up for the online Journey to Retirement workshop today at retirewithmerkle.com, and you'll be one step closer to retiring with confidence.
Dreaming of retirement but not sure how to get started? You've been searching for answers online, talking to friends, even getting advice from coworkers, but everyone says something different. You need answers for your situation. Schedule a personalized one-on-one conversation with a retirement planner at RetireReadyCall.com. Get answers to your questions on your time from the comfort of your home. Stop dreaming of retirement and take the first step towards retiring with confidence today. Go to RetireReadyCall.com.
Welcome back to Retiring Today. We are almost to the Emerald City. We have been on quite a journey so far. Check it out. We stopped at lifestyle, income, taxes, investments. 2 more stops left on our journey to retirement.
Let's start skipping. You'll see here we have a hospital. Now, no one is hurt, but it does symbolize an important part of your retirement plan.
healthcare. And why is that such an important part of my plan?
Well, once you look at the cost of what your projected health care is over the course of your retirement, I mean, long-term care alone could be over $315,000. That's not including the Medicare premiums or any other expenses that Medicare doesn't cover along the way. So if you don't account for health care within your overall plan, that could be some really scary surprises. But if you do have a health care plan involved in your overall comprehensive plan, it can take a lot of the scare away from it, and you can afford your health care along the way and still accomplish your other retirement goals also.
Yeah, let's take a moment with this, because this is going to be different than maybe the person you might be working with right now. They typically maybe don't put healthcare into the written plan. And at Merkle Retirement Planning, when you're not a Scarecrow, you're the director of Medicare, and you're right here at Merkle Retirement Planning helping people not only make Medicare decisions, but other healthcare decisions as well.
And that's because these decisions have to be made every year. Healthcare under age 65 in retirement or Medicare, it's not set it or forget it. There are decisions that need to be made every year. There are legislative changes that need to be addressed every year. And that's why we have annual enrollment between October 15th and December 7th of every year, so that we can make sure that you're set up for success the next year.
Well, that makes sense if you think about it, because yes, I want to be covered from a coverage standpoint, but I also want to be able to pay for it and live the lifestyle that I want. So they really do go together well.
And not be surprised by the premiums you have to pay. And that's why it's so important for AnnaMarie and the retirement planners to work side by side, where so often people tell us they have worked with an advisor and they talk about Medicare, and the advisor says, actually, go talk to this Medicare specialist at XYZ company. It's not like that here. We work directly together to make sure that we can really eliminate those surprises. You're paying the premium that you know you're going to pay, and you're not altering that premium based on maybe some tax strategies or things that you're implementing, because all of that is connected. And this really puts the ease into retirement planning on your journey to Emerald City to get that RetireSecure Roadmap by eliminating some of those bumps.
Well, Emerald City is so close. I'm almost there.
You're almost there.
To that RetireSecure Roadmap.
Let's start skipping. Last stop on the yellow brick road is legacy. It is important to have a plan in place after you're gone.
You have to have a legacy plan in place, because all of us, the one thing we have in common is we are going to have a last day. So what's going to happen to what you have left over when your last day takes place? You want to be prepared for that. Now, some of you out there are thinking, Lion, when I pass away, I want to bounce my last check on my last day. That's fantastic. That is a prevailing thought for many of you out there. However, when you do pass away and you don't know when your last day is, you want whatever is left over to go in the most efficient way to your loved ones and charities. And then there's others of you out there that have a meaningful legacy wish that you want to be really intentional. So regardless of which side of the coin you're on, you have to put a plan together. It could include updating your will. It could include a trust, a revocable trust, powers of attorney. There's a lot of documents that can go into your legacy plan, and your legacy plan has to work with all of the other stops along the way.
Yeah, and I know you've seen it happen both ways. People that maybe didn't have a legacy plan in place, and then what they left to the kids or grandkids, a lot of it went to taxes because they didn't have it set up in a way that was tax efficient, and that's important to a lot of people.
Yeah, it goes to taxes, or the beneficiaries aren't structured the right way because you just forgot. We see this a lot of times with 401k plans, and maybe you didn't even forget, but your company moved the 401k plan from one custodian to another custodian. The beneficiaries didn't transfer over correctly. We see that quite a bit. But then you pass away and the beneficiaries are not correct. And now that leaves a whole big mess for your loved ones, who then has to pick up those pieces. And taxes can really be expensive at that point in time because the money's not going directly to whom you want it to go to. So it stops here and then it has to go here, and there's taxes that are paid along the way.
I think we're there. I think we made it to Emerald City.
I think we're there. How excited are you, Dorothy? Now, on our trip to Oz, Glenda asked you before you went home, what did you learn? So I'm going to ask you, on your retirement journey, What did you learn, Dorothy?
I have learned that it's about so much more than investments, that it takes a comprehensive plan, that there are 6 pillars of retirement, that there's not just one piece, and that if I have all of these 6 pillars in place, I'm going to retire with confidence. I'm going to be skipping into retirement to the Emerald City and beyond. But most importantly, I think I learned that I need friends along the way. I don't want to do it alone because that doesn't feel I won't feel as confident, I think, if I do it alone. But with my friends, it's going to be a great retirement.
Yeah, you can't do it alone. I've been in this business for 25 years helping people retire. I can't do it alone. That's why we need to have a team of specialists working on behalf of the families and individuals we serve to make sure that you do have a complete, comprehensive retirement roadmap to help you make all of these decisions with confidence.
Okay, so people at home, their roadmap probably doesn't have a yellow brick on it, but their roadmap is different. It's custom to that. And one way to see how we customize the roadmap for John and Sue, a hypothetical couple, is that online Journey to Retirement workshop,
which we dive into these strategies. We show them exact pathways they can take to reach their lifestyle goals. We dive into the maze of Medicare, which could have its own yellow brick road to follow. But it's fun it's a fun workshop to be a part of, to see how Medicare works with planners and shows you options along the way. But my favorite thing is that, yes, it sounds like a lot of decisions, but what's beautiful about all these components is they support each other in a way to just show you what a great decision is within your plan, so you don't face an obstacle.
Yeah, and that way you don't have to fast forward 5 years and say, I wish I would have known this, or I wish I would have made that decision. You are making the decisions that you know you need to make that is right for you, that's going to put you in a good position now, but also later down the road in retirement. In the online Journey to Retirement workshop, we show you specific strategies of how John and Sue save over $100,000 just with their tax strategies, over $80,000 by optimizing their Social Security decisions, and much, much more as we go through each one of those pillars.
And it's just as easy as a text. Text Journey to the number that's on your screen right now. I learned one more thing that I forgot to tell you guys.
All ears.
There's no place like retirement. There's no place like retirement. There's no place like retirement. This is Retiring Today, and we thank you for watching.
We are dreaming of retirement, but we have so many questions.
How can I figure out if I have enough money saved for retirement?
What is the roadmap for growing my investments without taking too much risk?
What steps can I take now to lower my tax bill in retirement?
I'd like to retire before 65, but wonder if I can afford health care. Where can I learn about my options?
Our Journey to Retirement workshop is here for you. Go on an interactive retirement journey through the eyes of a hypothetical couple faced with real retirement. Watch as they build a plan that covers the 6 essential pillars of retirement: lifestyle, income, taxes, investment, healthcare, and legacy. You'll see how our retirement planners help John and Sue make the most of their retirement savings and live out their retirement vision. Sign up for the online Journey to Retirement workshop today at retirewithmerkle.com, and you'll be one step closer to retiring with confidence.